World Cities Day 2025. Did you know that more than half of the world's population now lives in cities, and by 2050, this number will rise to almost 70%? Our cities are growing faster than ever before, becoming the beating hearts of the global economy, but also the epicenters of pollution, inequality, and climate stress. That's why, every year on 31st October, the United Nations celebrates World Cities Day, marking the end of Urban October. This day isn't just symbolic, it's a reminder that how we build, manage, and live in our cities will decide the future of our planet. World Cities Day was first celebrated in 2014 after the UN General Assembly passed a resolution to raise awareness about urbanization, its challenges and opportunities. Each year, the global observance is hosted in a different city, focusing on a new theme. And this year, in 2025, it's happening in Bogotá, Colombia, one of South America's most dynamic cities, known for its mix of innovation and inequality. The theme for 2025 is People-Centered Smart Cities. Now, at first glance, this might sound like another buzzword-filled UN slogan, but trust me, it's far more important than it sounds. What does people-centered smart cities really mean? When we hear the word smart city, most of us imagine futuristic skylines, flying drones, self-driving cars, AI-powered traffic lights, and skyscrapers with solar panels. But here's the real question: smart for whom? Because technology alone doesn't make a city smart, people do. A people-centered smart city is one where technology is used not to show off, but to solve real problems: housing shortages, poor transport, pollution, water scarcity, waste management, and rising inequality. In other words, it's not about building cities full of gadgets, it's about building cities that work for everyone. The timing of this theme couldn't be more critical. The UN Habitat's 2024 World Cities Report revealed something alarming. To create resilient and sustainable infrastructure, the world needs $4.5 to $5.4 trillion every year, but we're falling massively short. And here's the catch. While some cities are investing heavily in green infrastructure, many of these projects are leading to green gentrification. This means that eco-friendly redevelopment often pushes poorer communities out of their own neighborhoods. So the very projects meant to make cities sustainable sometimes make them less inclusive. That's why the focus in 2025 is on putting people first, ensuring that digital innovation and AI don't just serve corporations or elites, but every resident, regardless of income or background. Let's take an example. Imagine a city installs AI-based traffic management systems to reduce congestion. Sounds great, right? But what if public buses are overcrowded or unaffordable for most people? Then the technology is solving the symptom, not the systemic issue. A truly people-centered smart city would combine that technology with affordable public transport, clean energy, accessible housing, and digital literacy so that all citizens benefit. Cities like Singapore, Copenhagen, and Seoul are already experimenting with citizen-centered innovation, using data not just to optimize traffic lights, but to improve mental health, reduce loneliness, and encourage sustainable lifestyles. And on the other side, developing nations like India, Kenya, and Brazil are showing that community-driven innovation can be just as powerful. Projects in Mumbai's slums or Nairobi's informal settlements are proving that even low-cost technology can transform lives if people are part of the solution. The broader vision, SDG 11 and the new urban agenda. World Cities Day also ties directly to Sustainable Development Goal 11, make cities inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. This goal is at the heart of what the UN calls the new urban agenda, adopted during the Habitat 3 conference in Quito, Ecuador, back in 2016. That agenda basically reimagines what urbanization could look like over the next 2 decades, not as a force of inequality, but as a driver of sustainability and inclusion. Because urbanization, if managed well, can be one of humanity's greatest strengths. It can bring people together, create jobs, foster innovation, and even accelerate climate action. But if ignored, it can also amplify division, pollution, and disaster risks. Now let's talk about the most debated part, AI and data. The world is entering an age where algorithms are shaping how we live, from how garbage is collected to how cities decide where to build new roads. AI can help predict floods, manage traffic, and even track air pollution in real time. But it can also invade privacy, deepen inequality, and discriminate if left unchecked. That's why the people-centered part of this year's theme is so crucial. Technology should empower citizens, not monitor them. The goal is not surveillance, it's service. Not control, but collaboration. So, what can we learn from World Cities Day 2025? That the future of cities isn't just about smart sensors or shiny apps. It's about smart governance, smart citizens, and smart compassion. It's about reimagining cities as places where technology and humanity grow together, where digital tools bridge gaps rather than widen them. As citizens, we can start by supporting sustainable initiatives in our own cities, using public transport, recycling, voting for urban policies that prioritize inclusion, and demanding transparency in how technology is used. Because at the end of the day, cities are not just collections of buildings and roads, they are collections of people. On 31st October 2025, when the world gathers in Bogotá to celebrate World Cities Day, let's remember this simple truth. A truly smart city is not the one with the most advanced technology, it's the one that cares for its people first. Let's build cities that are not only smarter but fairer, greener, and more human.